Hello everyone, I'm Sebastian White and welcome to Econometrics. In this video we're going to talk about heteroscedasticity, robust standard errors, and how to test for heteroscedasticity in your regressions. I have some data from the Current Population Survey, the CPS, loaded up here. We're going to start by running a regression of wage on years of completed education and experience. The regression results will give us our estimated coefficients and our standard errors right here in the second column. When we run the regression like this, we assume homoscedasticity. That is to say that the variance of the error term does not depend on the values of education or experience. But that might not be true. If we think that there is heteroscedasticity in our data, we're going to need to use heteroscedasticity-robust standard errors. The way that we do that is quite simple in Stata. We simply add the option robust to our regression command. You can see that we have the same coefficient estimates as we did before, but we have different standard errors that take heteroscedasticity into account. The standard error could go up or could go down. Here we see that the standard error on the education coefficient has gone up, but the one on the experience coefficient has actually gone down. We can also see that the F statistic has changed. Since the standard errors have changed, the t-stats also change, which could affect whether we end up rejecting or failing to reject in a hypothesis test. Now let's think about how we might detect heteroscedasticity. If there is heteroscedasticity, then the error term is correlated with either education or experience. Of course, in a regression, we do not see the error term, but we can estimate them using the residuals. And so I'm going to predict our residuals. We'll just call it U hat with the option residuals. And that's going to give us the residuals from our regression. We can go to the data browser to look at them. You can see we've got a new column right here with our residuals. The first thing that we can do is simply visually inspect the residuals. So let's take a look at a scatter plot of U hat against education. We can see here that the spread of the residuals looks a little bit higher on the high end of education as opposed to the low end. And this makes sense if you look at people with, say, 10 or 11 years of school. These people dropped out of high school, and there's going to be less variation in their income than the people who graduated from high school, who you can see right here at 12 years of education, or our college graduates with 16 years of education. Let's do the same thing for experience and see what we see. This one is a little bit less clear, but it looks like maybe there's a little bit more of a spread in the middle of this scatter plot, but it's a little bit harder to tell here than with education. We can also do some formal tests for heteroscedasticity. Let's start with the Breusch-Pagan test. For the Breusch-Pagan test, we need to run a regression of the square of the residuals. So we need to generate U hat squared on the explanatory variables in our model. Then we're going to look at our F statistic to see if our explanatory variables have some explanatory power over the square of U hat. And if there is something going on here, then that tells us that these variables can explain the variance of the residuals. We can see a pretty big f-stat here and a p-value of almost 0. So we're going to reject the null that there's no relationship here, meaning that education and experience do explain the variance of U hat, meaning that we have good evidence for heteroscedasticity, and we should probably be using the robust standard errors. The other test that we can do is called the White test. The White test is similar to Breusch-Pagan, but it adds the squares of the explanatory variables and the cross products. So we need to generate all of those. So we need education squared. We need experience squared. And we need to interact the two. I'm just going to call that education experience, smash those names together. And then we're going to run the regression of U hat squared on education experience and our squared variables and our interaction term. From here, we do the same thing as with Breusch-Pagan. We look at the F statistic to see if this regression can explain the variance of U hat, and we can see again a very big F stat with a a p-value almost 0, so this again shows very strong evidence that we have heteroscedasticity. Now you can see that the White test starts to get pretty complicated the more variables we add. If we added a third variable, we would have to square that, but also add interactions with both education and experience. And if we added a fourth variable, another squared term, 3 more interaction terms, and starts to explode in complexity. So there is a hack to this that we can use, which gives us an alternative and much simpler version of the White test. And that is to run the regression of u hat squared on y hat and y hat squared from our original regression. So we're going to need to run that original regression again and predict the y hats, which I'll call wage hat, using the option xb to give us our predicted values. And then I'm going to generate the square of that, and then run the regression of u hat squared on wage hat and wage hat squared. And that is going to give me our alternative version of the White test. Just like the other two, we've got a very big f-stat, very low p-value. So all 3 of these tests tell us we have strong evidence for heteroscedasticity, and we should be using the robust standard errors. If we had a relatively small f-stat and a bigger p-value, and we fail to reject our null, that there is no relationship between the explanatory variables and the variance of the residuals, then we're probably going to be okay using the regular standard errors. But in practice, heteroscedasticity is very common, and the robust standard errors remain an excellent tool for us. That's been a quick introduction to heteroscedasticity and testing for it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks for watching.